Salutations, warmongers. I almost forgot the intro because I haven't made a video in quite a while. Anyways, today we are doing a video on what to do every day that you log in. Alright, I basically did everything I was supposed to, so it's just a little bit of a recap for you guys. So, the first thing you do when you log in, actually, I'm going to start with daily missions. And this is for mainly free-to-play players and people who spend money as alike. It really doesn't matter who does it. The first thing I get started on is I get started on the daily missions. And as you can tell, you have to get 15 daily missions completed to get all these prizes here. I can't remember what all these prizes are, but there's a lot of magazines in here. And I created a little chart showing you guys which tasks are the easiest to complete according to time, resources, troops, magazines, commanders, equipment, etc., etc., etc. So guild donations is number one because you should always be donating 125,000 resources to the guild every single day. That's 5,000 of each resource, and then 20,000 of each resource right after that. And that's should be your daily minimum and maximum, honestly. I tell people not to donate more than that because it's just a waste after that. After that, it jumps up to 70,000 resources. And then I think 160,000 resources. It goes all the way up to 600,000 and caps off. And you can donate. Oh God, you could donate 600,000 4 times max of each resource, I believe. So, yeah. Obtain resources, which is the second easiest thing. You have to do that 5 times. So you literally just log in, collect your food, your parts, cash, gas, and electric. Just do that, and then that already completes the obtain resources. Guild support is also the easiest because if you have a big active guild, I believe you have to assist 20 people. I think that's it. So you just click the little button down below when you log in. Usually I have like 40 people I need to help every time I log on. So that's an instantaneous thing for me. Some of you guys may not have big active guilds, but still, this is guild support's the easiest thing to do, and it's what you should be doing every single day. Time and Space War, I log on and collect the resources, and I wait about a minute, and then I collect resources again. Or if it's every 2 days, then what you do is you mop up every 2 days. So if you're on the second day, I like to collect the resources, then I like to mop up and I collect them again. But if you're not on that day, you can just collect it, wait literally like 30 seconds, and then collect again. You don't have to wait at all. Equipment to seed, number 1, you just have to give away 2 bargain weapons. I usually just give away knives because really there's no point into to give away anything. Like, you just give away your little bargain knives, which you get like every single day when do you get those every day? I feel like I get them every day, but I'm not sure. But they're just the easiest things to get and the easiest things to do. Explore the unknown is easy. Just do 2 explore missions. Train infantry. I have trained infantry on here because that's what you should be doing every day. You should be building T1 Rangers every single day, multiple times a day. Like every time it's completed, just start another training. I have that for infantry, walkers, and airship because that's just the easiest thing to do, and it increases your meat shield and what troops you could use, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Upgrade commander is the next thing. You should at least once a day like upgrade some commander skills, just because as if you get at least 1 commander done a day for 30 days, yeah, that's you could do that a lot easier. It's like basically after you hit level 30 you could do 1 a day, But getting up to 30, it's like really easy to do. Stuff like that. Resource support, basically what I do is I go to my map and I basically just look around, see who's around. If you're part of CHN, don't look at this, or BELN, or whoever the heck you are. But yeah, I go to find the closest person to me. I usually am close to people, but this time I'm not. But yeah, you just go to the closest person, send resources to that guy. However many resources, it really doesn't matter. The same thing with troop support. You send, or sorry, next is heal soldiers, which is easy to do. Like you just kill off some rangers. I think it's 100 soldiers, 100 units worth of soldiers. So you kill off 100 rangers, or you kill off 50 yeti, or you kill off I don't know, 20 hummingbirds, probably something like that. Troop support, you do the same thing as you do for resource support. You just find the closest guy you get, send a commander to him. And right then and there, that's already 14 tasks. So these here are least likely ones you would do, but you gotta choose one. Collect resources, I have that as the easiest one. Basically, you just go to the map, find the closest resource tile you can find, send your guy there, win the battle, and then bring him back. And there you go. You just completed that. That's the next easiest one to do. Power requirements, that increases the power by 1,000, which is not hard to do. You could probably do it while training your troops or upgrading your commander skill. That's power requirements is kind of like a second-hand thing to all these right here. Oh, and healing your soldiers also adds to your power. So whenever you heal your troops, if they have power, rangers don't provide power. But yeah, submit equipment is just like equipment to seed 1, except you have to do not bargain. You have to do common. I think it's 1 or 2 common items. I don't recommend doing anything past equipment seed 1, because for those of you out there who use common to upgrade or to craft into better items, it's better to keep your common items and up instead of your bargains. Your bargains you'll never really use. Improve skills. Wait. Upgrade commander, improve skills. Upgrade commander. What? Hold on. Sorry about this whole major malfunction right here. Give me 1 second. Where is that? Oh wait, was that upgrade construction? Did I get that wrong? Where am I at? No, upgrade commander. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay, well, upgrade commander level. So you literally just do an explorer with a level 1 commander. Or whatever you want to do. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, you know what I'm saying? And improve skills, that's actually the one I was talking about, where after 30 you do 1 a day. Equipment to seed 3, that's rare equipment, then you do 1 rare equipment and above. I do not recommend you doing that. Improve leadership 2, that's 100 leadership right there that you have to do. Don't have leadership in here, I thought. Did I skip improve leadership? I am so sorry. Improve leadership is literally just 10 magazines. That's literally nothing. I wouldn't do improve leadership 2 because that's 100 magazines, and some of you might want to be saving them for what's it called? For a magazine event. I can't remember what they're called. Doesn't matter. Skip past it. Sell equipment, that's like one of the least things you want to do, because if you're not in Centicon, it's going to take you like probably upwards of 30 minutes for the cargo ship to get to Centicon, and it's really not that viable to do. And resource enriched area 1 and 2. This one here, you send a ship off to a what's it called? An enriched tile, which you could do part of the collect resources part, and you do research enriched area 2, which is you move your arc to a resource or enriched area, and that takes a lot longer than anything else. And then for the final 5 that I really don't care to do, or that you shouldn't do, is attack a player. That'll take the longest because usually a lot of people are shielded. And lots of people are shielded. That's just how it is. Or you have to just go out and find people sometimes. I would not do Ace of Galaxy during the week, because the more wins you get during the week, the harder it will be for you to complete Ace of Galaxy missions during the what's it called? The guild mobilization event. So if you get like defeat 20 players in guild mobilization event on the weekend, it's going to be harder if you win a certain amount of times during the week. So I just would not even touch that until the weekend. Research technology and construction, those are going to be the hardest things to do because they just take a lot of time. Honestly, they just take a lot of time to do. And if you want to get it done as fast as you can in the same day, I would not do them. And craft equipment, like I think you have to craft 2 of them, or is it just 1? Can't remember which. Doesn't really matter. That's the least thing I would do as well. So that's your daily missions ranked from what I believe to be the best to the worst. So, all right, there you go. Next, what's on the list? Faction tasks. So basically, here's my thing about faction tasks. Honestly, you should always push for 100 because you get 3 pure crystals. Pure crystals are good for if you have unlimited if you need unlimited crystals, you can use them to convert I think it was cash into unlimited crystals, and then you can use them to convert. You can convert a pure crystal into 50 cosmic crystals and 50 shadow matter. So, oh yeah, it says it right there. Duh. Anyways, I would always be pushing for the 80 Nixa reward box or Magi Will box or Voltar box, whatever faction quest you are. And when I do the faction quests, I would always pick up at least 2 pieces of each faction gear. So if you're on Nixa, I would get 2 Nixa pants and the faction commander, but Mysterious Warrior really isn't that good yet. I have to do more research into him. If you're doing Voltar, get Voltar's pants, and if you're doing Magiwell, get Magiwell's pants, and of course get Hancock and Regina. They're both good commanders. They both have good skills, especially Hancock. Hancock is phenomenal Walker commander. And you get 30 cosmic crystals in the process too, so that's good to do. And then the easiest thing to do every single day, daily exploration. It ranges from 1 hour to 20 hours, and it's literally the easiest thing to do. You wake up, you click the reset button, and you send commanders off to go do daily explorations. You get resources, you can get magazines, you can get shadow matter, cosmic crystals, and gold. So those are 5 things that you can possibly get doing these. So it's easy resources, easy shadow matter, easy magazines, basically easy everything. I think you even get super equipment just from it. And the next thing I would do every single day is I would literally be building rangers all day, every day. Like as soon as one ranger build gets done, build the next. And throughout the wow, that was weird. Throughout the week, the highest tier troops I would build is tier 2. Just build a ton of tier 2 troops. Oops, where am I at? That's wrong. Just build a ton of lurkers, spiders, seagulls, because that's what you're going to be doing most of your fighting with. You're just going to be using tier 2 a lot. And only on Fridays is when I would start building your higher tier troops. Like say you have tier 5, tier 6, tier 7. Anything above tier 2 is when I would start building those tier troops. But throughout the week, I would just build as many rangers and as many tier troops as you can, just to build the meat wall and to build your main fighting force that you will be using most of the time, and to build the troops that you will be using for farming. I recommend using only tier 2 for farming. I would not go anything higher than that. Basically because people attack your tiles, and you don't want to put all your tier 9 out there on resource tiles, because people will jump all over that and they will try to zero you as much as they can. The second thing I would do, the next thing is space station. You come in here, you collect the sands of time, and you have this researching. It goes every 24 hours, and you're going to get a certain task. Say, train 40 seagulls. And so you'll train the 40 seagulls, and you'll get whatever the reward is. It could range from sands of time. It can range from getting new project sheets, and it can range from getting new I forgot what they're called, but getting new blueprint things to upgrade and research. So right now this is what I have right now. If you're going to be a PvP player, the biggest thing I would upgrade is commander cure speed, because you're going to need your commanders back as soon as possible to get back into the fight. And you're always going to be fighting, and you're always going to be losing, honestly. Like, no one does not lose fights in this game. Unless you're just a big guy, like in a brand new server who spent like $10,000 in the first day. Other than that, you're probably never going to not lose. But yeah, the least I would put my research documents towards is construction speed. Because as soon as you're level 22, that's it. Like, construction speed is completely useless. And after level 22, like, that's where you get the high-end research. You get all this research that lasts literally years. And instead of putting all your blueprints into construction speed, it would be much better to put it towards research or commander cure speed. I know that there is a section here that I don't have yet, but it's for troop training speed and troop healing speed. Those are also good to do, just to reduce some time and create troops faster and all that. The next thing is time and space war. This is what you should be doing every single day, especially if you don't have, especially if you haven't beat wave 250, or you don't have 6 apocalypse ships or 6 Diablo ships. You should be doing the clickety click, the clickety clack. You know what I'm saying? 100 clicks every 20 minutes. But I'm serious about that. Every 20 minutes, this 100 is filled up again. So you could do this within like 5 minutes, and then 20 minutes later, you'll have another 100 ready to go. And it's going to take 13 times to get an elite ship. So you have to click 100 13 times before you get an elite ship. It's 13 times because the Armageddon, to get 2 T10 Armageddons, is going to take 1,024 clicks, because each T10 Armageddon takes up 512 clicks. So every 20 minutes, you could do 100 clicks, and you'll basically get the T8 sled. And then you have to do that 13 times, like I said, to get, I'm sorry, not the T13 sled. What am I saying? It's actually more like you get an Aries. You get 2 Aries and then a T5 Aries. So that's basically what you get. And as I was saying before, I do the collect and I do the mop up. And then I just go through the merchant list and I literally buy not everything, but I buy magazines for cash. I don't buy shadow matter for cash. I don't do that. I buy the super equipment chests for cash. I buy everything, absolutely everything for the meta energy, and I buy certain things for cash, like cosmic crystals. I'll buy with cash, equipment chests. I will also buy. Let me show you this right here. This is also very useful. Let me see if I can find one. There you go. T9 Armageddon quantized, and you get a couple of these every so often, and I would just purchase them because sooner or later you'll get another one of these, and basically with 4 total clicks you'll get an elite ship, and it's upgraded too, depending on what tier ships you have. So if you have a T9, I believe that upgrades the elite ship automatically to level 6. So, and if you already have that ship, you could just get it back and like get, I don't know, I think it was 100,000 meta energy. So that's 100,000 easy meta energy right there that you get back. And yeah, I don't buy these coupons unless they're 40% off, but I only buy them with meta energy. Like I don't waste that. I also buy commander cards for cash because why not? See, there's another T9 Armageddon, but I would not spend gold on it. What else is there? They have the 8-hour medical center buffs. I only buy it with meta energy, unless it's the advanced 8-hour energy. Sorry, I'm kind of running out of breath because I'm talking really fast and for a really long time. This is gonna be a long video, so bear with me. Sometimes I buy the advanced permits just because it's 200 gold, or almost, it's like 270 gold less than buying it straight from the warp gate. But yeah, I buy magazines. Sometimes I'll buy speed ups if they're meta energy. And yeah. Oh, that's a lot. Sorry about all that talking. Let me take a quick breather real quick. You ready? Alright, we're good to go. Oh god. Oh god, what is this? Alright. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Did I mention that yet? Okay, I haven't gotten there yet. Alright. Now, one of the most important things you're gonna do in this game is you're gonna be farming. Okay? So when you're farming, and you're on a very hostile world like we are on, there's several factors to think about when you're farming. Number one, if people are actively targeting tiles and hitting people's tiles, like what CHN is doing, you want to risk as little troops as possible because you know that bigger players are going to take advantage of you and, completely wipe you out of the tile. And they don't care how many troops they kill as long as they're wiped off that tile. So actually I'm gonna find the best scenario for this. All right. Oops. Really? Uh-oh. Are all the level 15 tiles taken? Wow, okay. Really? I don't believe that. I don't believe that one little bit. Hold on. Where am I at? Okay, I bet you I can find a 15 right here. Alright, let's see. If all the... you see, not all of them are taken. But let's start with this, alright? So we got 1,000,000 resources. There's 3 things to think about when farming resources. There's what hull you're using. There's how much leadership your commander has. And what troops are going to use. So like I said, all the time you will always be using tier 2 troops to farm. Nothing higher, because people are going to be targeting those farms. And so you're like, okay, let me use tier 2. That's a tier 4, but just pretend he's not there. So you think that this would be fine to use, except, like I said, people will be targeting your farms and they want to kill people. So what you do is you literally do this. And if you have the Ares hole, it's best for you to take it's best for you to have the Ares hole because you get 100% carry increase. And so depending on how much leadership you have, your capacity will tell you how much resources you can carry. Now with 450 lurkers in my 3rd and 6th slots, I can carry probably 1,080,000 resources, which is just enough to collect a level 14 tile. And what happens when you send this march to the 14 tile, what's going to happen is these 4 slots right here are all going to die. And these 2 slots here, your slot 3 and slot 6, are going to be the only ones surviving. And so when someone attacks your tile, they just straight on attack your arc and blow up your arc. 0 losses for you besides the 4 rangers that you lost. So that's the smartest way to farm resources. And you can even send even less than this depending on your leadership and your carry capacity. So if you had 900, if you were able to carry 900 lurkers, you could literally just do 1 slot. Just do the slot 3 and that's it. And you wouldn't even have to do the back row at all. So, yeah, there's that, which takes about 8 hours, I think, for a level 15. It takes about 8 hours, maybe 9 hours, I believe it was. So you could farm 1 resource for 9 hours and only get 1,000,000 resources. Or you could literally jump around and try to get where all the dead arcs are, like all these little farm arcs right here. People literally log into these every day because people are always hitting these arcs and they're still always here, which is the really funny part. So people are actually logging back into these arcs and using them for farms, and we believe it's the Chinese players because every one of these arcs has a Chinese player name, as you can tell, like all the Chinese characters. So that's what you could do for about 30 minutes, and you'll collect around 20 million resources, depending on the size of your server. But that's about what I do every day. I jump around and I collect about 20 million resources in just 30 minutes just by hitting all these dead arcs. There's 2 more things you should do every day. There's the Explore tab, and these claimable rewards this is just a fast button to click, but every day, depending on what let me show you. Every day, depending on what mission you completed, every 5 of these is going to have magazines you could collect every single day. And I think you collect up to 18 magazines, which isn't much, but if you collect it over the next 30 days, that's, I don't know, 300 and something magazines, probably around 400 magazines. And that's 400 magazines in a month. So what can you do? You're a free to play player, okay? Don't hate. 400 magazines is good for you guys. The final 2 things I would do are world event things, peak contests. I would do peak contests every single day. Multiple times a day. Like I have 18 strength certificates built up. And I never get through all of them before I get to the end of the mission, because before the end of the deadline, because I'm always getting 2 every day because I'm in tier 10. So some days I forget to even do it. Oh, and by the end of the ranking, I get 20 to spend. So sometimes I forget to do it multiple times a day. You could do it every single hour, basically. Every single hour, as long as you don't lose, just like I did right here. And yeah, So you set up your troops. You can set up to 5 troops, 5 commanders, or 6. I think it's 5. You set up to 5. Obviously, it's 5. You set up to 5 commanders, and you send it off to fight each other, blah, 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 stuff like that. Good old. You know what I'm saying? And you get paid out up to rank 1,000. And I'm only rank 9,800, so I'm definitely not getting any of those rewards soon. But I get those 200. I get those. What was it? Sorry, I keep jumping back and forth. I get 2,000 honor medals every month and 20 season rewards every month. So that's pretty good. You get free honor medals every month, depending on what your tier is. And you get more tokens to keep playing to get between 20 and probably 300 if you win. 20 is if you lose, 50 is if after you defeat 1, and 100 is after you defeat 2, and then 150 is after you defeat 3. And then I'm assuming 300 is when you win the full matchup, which I have not done yet. So that's why I'm guessing on the price. And then the last thing to do is world event. So you can create a room and play with your friends, or you could just set up your commanders. I actually covered a video on this, but you do the world event every 8 hours. I actually didn't cover a video on it. That video never got posted because too much editing. I hate editing. No time to edit. But yeah. So that's a quick, not very quick, but as quick as I can go because, oh God, lots of breathing and lots of talking, okay? Sorry if I sound like I was struggling to breathe for quite a bit because I think I talked for a long time without taking a single breath, which is very impressive for myself. But yeah. Oh, and every week you can collect free gold every week, depending on how much you've spent over the years. I'm up to the purchase 25,000 gold part. As you can see, I spent 3,000 or bought 3,000 worth of gold, and I went up about 700,000 points since you guys saw me last. How you like that? How you like them apples? We just got Hancock. We're able to get Regina. Some people got Regina. Some people got Hancock. Some people got both. Some people want to get all 3, but like I said, I don't recommend Mysterious Warrior. And yeah, so I don't know what else to say. Pretty sure that's all the daily things you could do in this game. And as long as you stay on top of your daily missions, like, it will help you out compared to people who don't. Like, you just get all kinds of free stuff. And yeah, what else can I say? But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. If you like the video, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and like, share, comment, all that good stuff that other YouTubers tell you to do that I can't remember what the old saying is. But yeah, and the famous quote of the day, that this is something new I'm doing. And the famous quote of the day is, sweat more during peace, bleed less during war. And I think this is a perfect quote for what we're talking about today, because the more you work towards, growing dirt every day that you're not fighting, the less you're going to be struggling compared to others, especially if you're free to play players. But yeah, so there you go. Goodbye.